Okay, I'm sorry. I guess it was some sort of a glitch with my internet. So if I'm not answering any messages, type them again. Sorry. So I'm gonna just quickly recheck if I do have this stream on. Wait a second. So just I think that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. All right. So where was I? I was trying to invent some sort of registry for my ECS systems, so that I could initialize them all at once, and that I can do some stuff with them all at once, like that with systems macro, which I use to update all of the systems and draw all of the systems if they have something to draw. Yeah, thanks. Right, so how do I make that registry? I kinda don't want to go with that hash table idea again. Yeah, so how do I make that? And by the way, I also got this order, so that means that I should kinda go over them in that order, and maybe even initialize them in that order. So yeah, so I guess I had the collision and sprite batch. No, I mean sprite batch and debug systems with the extra order. It was 10. So yeah, and here the in with systems macro, I sort them by the descending order. So how does that? Okay, so I'm not sure how that works. Let me just quickly check. So if I have count to 3, and if I sort that, in which side it would work? So, oops, nope. S1 and S2. Yeah, right. So it works in ascending order. Right. That's weird. That means that I'm actually using that update and draw for that systems. So it means that the update and the draw for the debug and the sprite batch systems is on the end after all the another systems. So maybe, yeah, I think I probably will check. Oh no, that means that I should initialize them first, so that some further systems could use the components from that systems. Right, so I guess for initialization the order would be the reverse. Yeah. Right. Well, because I'm, for instance, updating them in the order, well, I mean all of the different systems first, and then debug system and sprite batch system. So that initialization should be the reverse, I think. Hi man, what's up? Yeah, so I guess that's that. Yeah, right. But I mean, that guy says that common Lisp is kinda better in some regards, so I mean, he's right. Yeah, and by the way, what were you going to figure that WOPs for? So the WOP is kind of the extension for the SBCL, Common Lisp compiler. It's kind of the low-level representation of the assembler instructions, so to speak. So it is the part of internal representation of SBCL compiler. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, so you can define your own WOP to improve, to add some new assembly instructions to compiler. Yeah. So, so Andrew, what was you using them for? What's your idea? I'm interested. So RPL does that too? That's interesting. No, I think in Common Lisp, WOPs are only specific to SBCL, so I don't think you have those, for instance, in CCL, which is the different Common Lisp compiler. I'm just trying to extract both values from mul and emul. Okay. I think that's something for optimization reasons you're trying to do. Well, as I started working for SQL, they also have low-level instructions. Yeah, making big numbers around. Oh, I see. So SQL, I guess that's the one that's the backend for CLASP, right? You can define your own words in 3 ways. The first two are similar. You write either a code object or a secondary object, basically a list of objects. Code or secondary or list of objects. Okay, that's interesting. And maybe I'll see to SBCL's big nums. Yeah, I think in SBCL they just use some generic library like that GNU library. So let me see. Well, I'm using Gentoo, so I can quickly look at the use flags for that. For SBCL, I mean. Yeah, query use. SQL is from its own thing, but they share a compiler with class. Yeah, I've meant that. So now you can ask for libgmp bindings. Yeah, exactly, I've meant the libgmp. But I don't see any use flag about GMP here, but I think they do use that. They have native implementations. I mean, I thought that SBCL uses libgmp. A program in RPL is like %1, %2, %+. % is for floats. Okay. That one is the equivalent of +1, 2, I think. Yeah, something like that, but maybe just if you want to go for floats, it is like 1.0 and 2.0, and it goes with floating points. I mean, this plus is actually generic in Common Lisp, so it kind of operates on any kind of types. So if you feed like integers into that, it will go with integers, and it will even compile to the corresponding instructions like ADD. But for floating points numbers, it will compile to different instructions, because again, compiler knows the types of your arguments. You have to do like require SBJP. Oh, I see. Let me quickly do that. Why sharp sign BGMP? Oh, yeah, that works. I wonder what does it have. Maybe... Oh, come on. MPZ. Okay, I see. The thing is that %1, %2, %2 is not stored as text. It is compiled and stored as binary. If you want to edit it, you can decompile it. Oh, I see. %1, %2, right. As text, as binary, right. Yeah, so Andrew likes to do that. I mean, Commander trashed in. RPL supports generics only indirectly by a system that is called check and dispatch. I see. So that's like the runtime dispatch, but what is going on here is like the compile time dispatch. So yeah, that's that. Replace the second %2 with %+. Right. Yeah, I see. Right, so what I was thinking to do here in my stuff is like to maybe just drop all of that systems into one like list or vector, and I was thinking whether that would work. Maybe just a list or... Okay, so I'm gonna use that big bunch of systems in just two contexts, in initialization and 2 times in with systems macro, which does update and then which does job. So that's just 3 times, so maybe I can even go with whole list, I think, or maybe just put it in list and after that sort by order, because I will always want to have those in proper order. Oh, and by the way, I also see the problem here. So the problem is that they would have different name for the order accessor. So that would be like UI system order for one system, then like sprite batch system order for different one. So I think I actually can use type thingy here. So if that would be a vector, for instance, I can access that just as the vector. So again, what vector should be? Just a symbol, yes. Yeah, like that. Yeah. There's almost no compile time checking. Right. Anything you write goes. If you write colon plus, it will try to build a program that pushes 3 return stacks, pops 1, and then tries to perform addition or something like that. It probably tries the entire system. Yeah, I mean that sounds like a seg fault to me. Yeah. Even the most basic parsers through will catch those errors. Yeah, I see. Though, yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, for common Lisp is also fun thing. So you can like write some function, and in that function you can, for instance, I don't know, how do you call it, divide by 0, and it will compile, but it will make the warning so that the style warning, as it says. Yeah, so it is. Yeah, it was previously the function called test, the macro called test. But the idea here is, yeah, that style warning, Lisp, blah blah blah, arithmetic error, division by 0, signaled. But it is not yet like called. But if you actually call that, then of course the error. It understands what it's about to do, which is awesome. Yeah, kind of that. So this RPL thing, it looks quite much like a fourth, even though I don't like, I mean, I don't know fourth a lot. Yep. So okay, I got this. Now I can access order as the, like, to get that from this vector. Yeah. So right, so the idea is that I can put it look like fourth, yeah. So the idea is that I can put all of those systems in one big pile. Should it be vector or list? So if that would be a vector, I guess that means that it should be like dynamically growing, and that's quite awkward in common Lisp. So maybe then again it should be just a plain list. Yeah. Right. And the other thing is that well, initially all of those are just nils, but then I have to set all of those in this into this list, which is the pile of those things. Now, let's just make it before and Right, so should that be the global variable again? I guess it probably should. So I'm just go with that. Oops. Right, so I'm on the work, so now load time. Right. So I guess I can even go for the usual version without the asterisk. And we'll not change the value. Yeah, right. So, and that would be like systems. And that would be nil initially. So after that I would be able to set f to that systems a new list of well, a new list of the systems. So initially those would be nils. So I need only to put that in that constructor that I'm going to make. So I guess it kinda all adds up. So I'm gonna have some constructor, which would be like make, let me just construct the name again, so that would be symbolicate, symbolicate of make, and then the system name. Alright, so make that one, and that would be right, the constructor. So it would have more arguments, obviously, and yeah. So what would that do? First of all, it would set itself. Yeah, first of all, it would actually create the thing. So I'm going to put it in that. So the system, come on, system would be. So here should be again the symbolic key. Oh yeah, wait a second. Come on, Emacs, don't do that. Make yeah, like this one. So make this constructor. So I'm calling that with no arguments. Here we go. So that's the system instance. And then I'm gonna set up first of all that variable, that global variable, to that system. Then I'm gonna add that system to that global file, which is like systems. But I want it to be already sorted. I mean that file to be sorted by order. So right. So well, first of all, I think I need to define the accessor. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just put an extra lines here to make it a little bit more readable. So the accessor for the order. Right. So I'm like system order system, and that would return. Oh yeah, for that I'm gonna put the order first, but I think I already got that first. I think I do. Right, where was that? Macro expand. Yeah, I already got order as the first field, so that means that I can access that by accessing the first element as the vector, I think. Again, I think I'm gonna need to experiment on that. So, if I'm defining structure, yeah, something like that, but as the type vector, and yeah. Right, so if I make points with 1 and 2, what? Like x1 and y2. Right, so if I access this, oh, and by the way, this is just the vector, so I can go with aref, this one, and 0, yeah, right. So, well, first of all, I'm gonna declare this inline then. Oh, by the way, do I have this system order anywhere? No, I don't. So, first of all, it's inline. System order. And then I'm gonna define its type. Function which takes what? And by the way, I think this means that I can't, I won't be able to dispatch on those types. Okay, do I need to actually make them inherit one basic structure? So then I can use them in dispatching. Yeah, probably I should. So come on. Yeah. Is my Emacs stuck again? No, it's not. So the destruct. I think I need some structure inheritance. Type by another structure type. I include option. So include structure names, dot description. What is slot description here? Instruction used for building a new structure definition as an extension of another structure definition. Yeah, that's exactly what I need here, I think. Yep. So, for example, blah blah blah, to make a new structure represent option blah 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 include person. What causes the structure being trying to have the same slots with the structure? So as I created a reader function structural slot structure being defined. This example I have for reader functions blah 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 work correctly, moreover as one reader functions. Following examples. Oh, and by the way, this way I wouldn't have to define this system, and by the way, I wouldn't even have to define it as a type, as a separate type. Right. Difference. Most one include can be supplied into the chart. The argument includes the required must be the name of the structure. Structure being defined using type option include correct. The structure being defined blah 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 blah. With no type blah blah blah. Structure being include. Yeah, that's what does that form do. Each slot description must have a slot name that is the same as the slot included structure. If a slot description has no slot in the form, then the new structure. Oh yeah, I see, that's about some initial values. Otherwise, its initial value form is replaced by slot in the form and slot description. Normal writable slot can be made read-only. Yeah, for example, default astronaut features 45 around 50% H55 I see. Okay. Alright. So I think I'm gonna have to define some basic system structure. System. Then again with some options. So with by the way, if I do structure inheritance, what about constructors? How this is rolled out? Constructor. So okay, this is only this is all of the description for the constructor, but what happens with inheritance? Zero, blah blah blah. Okay, let's search for the input. Initial offset. Okay. So I guess they have like different different constructor functions. Yeah, that kind of makes sense actually. Okay. So I don't really have to define any constructor here. And by the way, I think I can even define it as a nil, so that I don't even have one. Let's see. Where was that? Yeah, that one. It was supplied no argument or symbol, blah 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 blah, argument not supplied. Yeah, if the argument is provided and is nil, then no constructor function is defined. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. So constructor nil, then copier nil, predicate nil, and I guess I'm gonna just go without print object here, at least for now. And yeah, that's it. So here I would have this slot of order. Oh, yeah, okay. So order, the default would be 0, and here we go. And by the way, I can have some doc strings here, like base structure for ECS systems. Right, so here's my basic structure for ECS. So I don't have to define a type here. I also don't need this. But I probably need to declaim the system. Wait a second. How is it in line? Declaim inline the system order, and yeah. So I'll compile that. Well, nil is not of layout. How's that? What is even wrong here? Is it something wrong with constructor? No. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? So it complains about nil. Let me just maybe comment that. Just system. Alright. I beg your pardon. Okay, I'm obviously not getting the syntax right. Oh, okay. So the system may be some reserved name, right? No, it's not. Alright, changes superclasses. Oh, I see. I guess I should restart the LISP, but yeah, maybe I just made it worse because right now I can't really quick load my engine without commenting all of that half-baked stuff. Okay, let's try. come on. So now I can go into that, uncomment that, and yeah, and now if I'm gonna try and compile that, it would complain again about that stuff. Yep. Okay, how do I undefine a symbol? Can I do that? Okay, I don't think I can easily do that. Delete package. Right, okay. I think I'm gonna just suffer, or maybe just switch maybe again to CL user and compare it to that. Oh. Oh yeah, the Emacs is making it into the proper package. Okay. Right, okay. Maybe I'm gonna just rename that and try and restart again. Okay, now that should be all kinds of errors. Yeah, just like that. Just accept. 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 Is that even different? Levels? Oh yeah, there. Okay. That's very awkward. But I guess I'm gonna get there. Accept. So, accept. Accept. Come on, how many are those? All those. Accept. Come on, just stop being mean. Okay, so this compiled somehow. So now I can compile. Okay, I can go into the package now. Into this one. And compile that. Yay! Works. Okay, so I got that system structure, base structure. So, so it got inline accessor for its only field order, and yeah, so here I should make it inherit that structure by using include, I think. Include, yeah. But in the second form of that, yeah, like that. That's what description. So include just like that. Include include what? Include system with the order of that to the one that is specified, like that. Yay! So I don't need this crap here. I just need some slots. Yeah, by the way, yeah, right. So I think that's that. Right, so now I have this system order accessor. Okay. Yeah, and I got these systems. Maybe I should define it after here. Right. So I can't really define a type for it to be meaningful. So anyway, but yeah, so now I can add it to systems and kinda sort them at once. So right. So I'm gonna kinda what was that function again? That kinda adds to list and I mean to list nconc, I guess. Lists concatenated list returns a list that is the concatenation of lists. Blah blah blah. Okay. And the idea is to use that destructive function that would modify that list systems. I mean that one dash systems dash. So how do I do that? I guess there should be a destructive version of append. So append itself is not destructive, if I recall correctly. So yeah, see also mconc and concatenate. No, I don't think that's... How do I go back in that window? Alright. So I think I should go with mconc. What's in append? Okay. Note in the example that the value of x is now different since its last cons has been replaced with the value of y. Yeah, that's exactly that I'm trying to achieve. So if I'm consider it again, it will yield the piece of the circle list. Yeah, okay. So, will you please close? Okay. Alright, so if I have some list, so can I kinda mconc to that list some literal list or even some item like that? Oh, okay. So how does that work? Oh, still nil. Okay, so should I set up that? No, I'm doing some crap here. So that L come in. Still no. Should I sign up for that? Okay, and if I add like the same one, okay. So the L is, yeah, that one. The idea is, by the way, that I also should sort them. So I guess there probably should be some helper in Alexandria or something that can append and sort. Yeah, sure. That can append some element to list and then come on and then sort it afterwards. So let's see. Something about sort? No. Okay. I guess I'm gonna just Google for that. Match list, quick wait right that I don't deserve list. How does that work? Match list test. What is even match does? Check the merge sequence 1 and sequence 2 according to my order. Oh, okay. I didn't know about the function merge. That's interesting. And it's also destructive. That's definitely what I need here. Okay, that's cool. So, gonna merge the result type is a list, so this equals 1 and this equals 2. And what does that do? Structurally merge sequence 1 with sequence 2. Okay, I'm gonna just go with that device from the internet, from some weird place of the internet. Right, so the list of that system and that system's thing. Yeah, something like that. Merge, blah blah blah. Right. So I've edited that. Initialization. Right. So I'm gonna figure initialization later. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see what that macro expands. So something about UI, yeah, something like that. I beg my pardon. Have I missed something? Okay, so define for a printer, then div struct UI system. So I include the system with default order of 0. Then I got the constructor and object. Okay, the computer new, the predicate new, that string. So I get that field X. Then I define UI system. Okay. Then I define that global variable UI system. Then I define the constructor make UI system, which calls the global level constructor, sets up this variable and merges that list of systems. Okay, let's just maybe test it out. Oops. Come on. Yeah, that one is new. So I'm gonna just call that and see what happens. Okay, recognize the struct option UI system. But I mean, that's the doc string command. How does that happen? Oh, I see how that happened. No, I don't see how that happened. Oh, yeah, the extra parenthesis here. Sure. So now the struct, documentation slots, and the extra here. Yeah, here we go. So now that should work. We will set symbol value of UI system to nil, another type. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That actually makes sense. So what if I define the type later? And I guess I'm gonna have to name it differently. Okay, let's go with sprite or whatever. Wait, what? Oh yeah, okay. Yay, it worked without even the errors. Merge, the function merge is called with 3 arguments, but called once at least 4. What have I missed? Here, oh yeah, the predicate. I've missed the predicate. So here we have lambda, which gets systems and returns. Okay, so in that list, I think I should have them sorted in ascending order. Okay, let's just go with some order for the starters. So I got system order function, yeah, S1 and system order of S2. Yay. So I'm gonna call it again, and it even works somehow. Okay. So I've redefined a bunch of stuff. System. Okay. Variable object is defined but never used. Yeah, I should maybe declare that word. Yeah, just the warnings about redefinitions. So I think I'm gonna try and call that make sprite system function. Yay, it worked. So what if I look at these systems? Still no. Okay, so I'm not getting this merge right, obviously. I think I should set F the list to that. Okay, that's embarrassing because I don't quite fully grasp the concept of destructive list modification. But anyway, I'm gonna just set up systems to that and try that. So I'm gonna call the dev system again. I wonder even that how that works, but anyway. So I'm gonna call make sprite system again and look at systems. Yay, it works. So if I define some system with different order, like sprite2 with order 2, sprite2 system, and if I call its constructor, yeah. And now if I define some sprite3 with order like -1 and call its constructor, yeah, so it is being put where it should be. And if I look at system, oh yeah, systems, yeah, here we go. So that's the list of those. And by the way, is my pretty printer working? So if I get the first, for instance, and get the type of that, yeah, that kind of works. So I think I can get like sprite3 system X. Yeah, yeah. So that kind of works. Yeah, that's the basic outline of what it will look like. So yeah, I think I'm done for today with this stream. So I got the very basic ideas which I wanted to make, and I guess I'm gonna continue to work on that during the week, and then on the next week, on the next Saturday, I'm gonna just stream something else on, or maybe I'm again gonna be doing some refactoring. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, take care. So goodbye.